Okay, so add some water. Nose has gone to crap.
Oh no! Like, what do you mean? What
The
do you
milk's
smell?
gone bad.
What about that?
What is up?
Hey guys, it is Scotch for Dummies.
Four guys in the Irish journey to help you with your next Scotch purchase,
What?
Irish
Irish?
purchase. Who knows what this is?
Can you get this? Is this around?
I think this is actually readily
Everywhere.
available.
It is everywhere, but it also sells a lot.
Yeah.
I think Connor sold his stake in it for $500 million.
That's just for his name.
So what is this?
It's an Irish whiskey, Proper 12. It's Conor McGregor's whiskey that he basically came out with. There's something to do with the name. I think you looked
Yeah,
into this a little
I
bit.
think it's from where he's from, and he wants a proper Irish whiskey, and where he's from is like Nublin 12, which I think you said is a zip code.
Crumlin or something is the area code of his where he grew up, and it's
Yeah.
special to him or something of that nature. So anyway, I do believe 12 also is it not the age? It's not.
No, it's a
just
4
number
year.
12. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
4. Yeah, it
yeah.
says
4
aged
years in
4.
bourbon,
So there's something else to be said about it. Let me give you the details real quick. It's got to be 40%,
It
right?
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
40%. I've seen a lot of comparison videos with it against Jameson and some of the other Irish whiskeys.
Bushmills?
Bushmills, the regular white label Bushmills. I'm not talking about anything with an age statement. And there's also a little bit of a history where supposedly they've changed the makeup of the whiskey in the bottle. And they've
New blend.
really?
there's a new blend, and that's probably what we have here. I couldn't tell the difference.
People are saying like it's fractional though, like you're not gonna see a whole lot, maybe a tad bit sweeter or something, but who knows?
There
But
is another version of that Proper 12 has another label that's an apple, and it's totally different looking. It's got a white label and everything, but
Okay.
they put artificial flavoring in that to give it an apple flavor. So that's not this.
It's a very popular Irish whiskey right now. A lot of people, I think, are drinking it mostly on rocks or in cocktails. We are going to do it neat like we normally do. And to that,
This is distilled at Bushmills, right?
I don't know.
it's a good question. I think it might be.
I think you're right, because it's owned by Proximo, who they've got the majority stake, and they own Bushmills, so it would make sense.
To the nose.
To the nose.
Oh, what is that nose on there?
It's honeysuckle, flowers. Almost like toasted coconut.
No, see, I'm getting. It's a green fruit.
Kiwi.
Oh man, I don't know.
It has a little bit of kiwi.
For some reason, chives hit in my mind. It smells like chives or something, but it's not that.
No.
There's some kind of brightness to it, though. I did get a little bit of a roasted peanut for a second.
Boy,
All right.
I'm not
going
getting
in.
any of that. Go ahead.
Very light. Very light. Honestly, it's not bad.
Got a sweet undertone. You know, there's definitely an underlying sweetness to it.
Very short finish.
Yeah.
It cuts off pretty quick, but it's mostly honey and
Yeah,
a little bit of wood.
very little bit of wood.
You can tell it's 40%. It's extremely approachable,
Little
very
bit.
easy to drink.
A little bit of buttery in it.
Yeah, creamy a little bit.
All right.
I
Let me
don't think
think about
water's
it
going to
for
be
a
very
second.
well with it, but we'll see.
There's a really late finish that I'm getting that's a little bit, I don't want to say off-putting, but it's not really enjoyable. Definitely not one I want to be left with. It actually begs me to take another drink to get it out of there.
I can see this being done really well in a cocktail.
Sure. Neat right now, I think
Very-
it's a little too sweet for me because it's just it's a sweetness without any flavor.
Yeah, there's not body to it.
Right.
I think though on the palate it does taste like chives. I'm getting a chive note on the early mid palate, and I was getting on the nose.
I can see your pull a little
I'm not
bit there.
sure what causes that. I don't know if it's the young spirit, but if it is aged for 4 years, for an Irish, I
think it's the green and the bitterness that you're getting that might be
Probably.
causing that combo
Yep.
because it is bitter at the end. The second sip I had is about the same as the first sip. I would say it's a tad bit sweeter on the honey side of things, but it's pretty much the same. Both I'm not sure how water's going to handle this, but I'm going to give it a shot.
But, yeah, I'm not getting any really off flavors, so that makes sense that it's still selling. If this was, so when this came out, the word on the street was that this is really bad whiskey, but it's not going to continue to sell if it's a bad whiskey. So it is going like crazy. It's continuing to sell, and so there's no like acetone. There's no
it's no
edges.
off-putting.
It doesn't burn. It doesn't bite. It doesn't do any of those kind of things that sometimes an inexpensive whiskey can do.
Ooh.
So we'll see.
Okay, so add some water. Nose has gone to crap.
Oh no! Like, what do you mean? What
The
do you
milk's
smell?
gone bad.
What about that nose is bad?
Well, there's no nice sweet honey now. Now I'm playing with wood and bitter. Like I'm not getting. It's almost, as you were saying, kind of off-putting.
Yeah, it's
chemical.
almost metallic.
It's more metallic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stainless steel.
So that begs the question about mixing it. Mixing it going to affect it?
Just pure water, maybe.
Boy, the nose is short with water.
Oh, the palate's not much better. Wow, it really brought out the metallic. Oh, even more bitter now. Man, it actually was pleasant, neat with water.
Neat.
So
without water.
Ironically enough, that's all you get. There's nothing else. There's nothing on the palate till you swallow, and all you get is that bitter metallic.
Yeah. This is a little. I'm gonna go one more time, give it one more chance here, because I'm a little disappointed now.
I'm getting some apples and stuff in the center of that palate. Maybe I didn't hit the water as hard. Or maybe
I tried to go light because it's
harder.
40%. I mean,
I gave it some water. So
Go ahead.
go ahead. All right, so I'll just kick it off then, man. I'll start it off. I'll be honest, up front, I was pleasantly surprised with the neat nose and palate. I don't think it's anything to write home about. It's not blowing my mind. I can see why it's a popular whiskey in a bar scene for shots because it's really approachable,
Easy to hit.
easy to hit. You can knock back shots of this and not have a hard time. And there's actually a little bit of flavor neat. And so, okay, it was too sweet for me, and a sweetness that didn't have anything other than just sugar, if you will. And so I would have liked some more fullness and that to come out. The late finish was a little bit off-putting, which begged me to want to go take another drink. Water just beat the crap out of it, Conor McGregor style.
It did.
Knocked it out. Boom! It was out of it. Right, came off the top rope and it was over. Don't put water on this. If you do, you're going to be disappointed. It killed the nose and it definitely killed the palate for me and made it just not really enjoyable. So combine all that. I'm going to give it a 1.5.
Not a fan.
I was at a 2 neat, and water brought me down. I mean, it just is what it is. If it would have held the water, and I get it, it's 40% ABV. I tried to go light on the water because of its ABV. I didn't freaking water it down too much. Maybe I should have watered it down more, but no. If I'm going to drink the rest of this bottle, it's going to be neat. It's probably going to be around a fire where I really don't care what I'm drinking, and maybe blowing a stogie and playing some guitar or something.
I don't know. I think this could go well as a mixer. Some ginger and rocks, ginger ale and rocks. I think it would add enough kind of body to it. It is a sweet whiskey. It is not my wheelhouse. It doesn't have complexity by any stretch of the imagination. I would have expected more barrel influence, maybe more bourbon influence, bourbon barrel influence. Being 4 years in a barrel, they may be using tired barrels. It's possible, but I'm not getting much out of this. You get distillate character and some sweet smoothness or sweet butteriness in it. Neat. So do I give it a 1.5 or a 2? It's definitely not a 1. It's not something that I really dislike. It is a pleasant drink. I would not turn it away. I would sip this if I needed to.
As long as there's no water on it.
Well, even with water, I didn't get as bad an influence. I'm
Really?
gonna give it a 2. So I'm gonna give it a 2 because it's an okay whiskey.
Fair point. I didn't want to say it until you gave a number.
Yep.
Because I think it would have brought you up. But it's $23.
Is it $23?
Right.
24.
Because I thought you said it was $35.
No,
24.
he did, and it's $23.99.
Oh,
so
okay,
at
well.
$23.99, I think that would have brought you off the 1.5 to 2 because of the value of that bottle.
Yeah, that's pretty good value. There's nothing elbow
Right.
edgy about this at all.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part what you guys have said. I think, I mean, I'll hit on that point. I think what else? The problem I have is, and Mark and I were just talking last week about this one. I am obviously loving Scotch, but Irish whiskey, I'm really starting to be a fan of. Sure. And unfortunately, the Irish whiskey I like, though, is also pretty pricey.
Yeah, you like the good Irish.
I like the good Irish whiskey. And I've not had a whole lot of cheap ones, but that is something to say. What is comparable to this for $24? I mean, you're getting a pretty decent Irish whiskey. It is smooth, as they say in the bottle. You get the honey, and everything it advertises is there. I just think, for my palate, like the first couple sips were good. Don't put water on it. I'm like, what is this like with a ball of ice? Like, what is that going to do to it?
Yeah, I don't know if I
don't
do
know.
that.
I don't know.
I saw online a lot of people were putting it in a freezer and drinking it, you know, at a freezer temperature, was really good and
Like
cold,
White Walker.
which, yeah, like the White Walker suggests you should do. And I'm just not a fan of doing that to my whiskey. Now, hey, back, 30 years ago, 35 years ago, we put Southern Comfort in the freaking freezer because that's the only way you can stomach that stuff and get it down.
The worst.
But, not my whiskey.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one. I want to give it a 1.5 because that's how I feel about it. But I think Andrew's point with
I'm getting
value,
pretty
it feel like it's not that great. It is.
No, that sip after I just talked through it, I'm like, ooh.
I'm going
With that
1.5.
water.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I'll go
1.5.
I mean, you're fine.
I
already
thought
gave
you were
my
going
score.
up. I was going to
No,
pour mine into
I was
yours.
going down, but I'm not gonna change it. I gave the value 2. It's a low 2, but that's what I gave.
Yeah. So I think fair assessment. I think that if you're buying this to drink it neat, you should spend some more money, get something else. If you're buying it to mix it, or if you like something with ice, but for $24, I mean, that's hard to pass up to. Here's something else. For $24, go buy a Dewar's or something else.
Walker Black,
Johnny
yeah.
Walker Black. It's even much better.
If you're buying it for a frat party and you're just going to be doing a bunch of shots,
They're not doing this.
I don't
They're
know.
doing
This
Fireball.
is too expensive for shots.
I'd rather
Anyway.
shoot this
All
than
right.
Fireball.
So it's a
Fireball.
1.67.
Math is hard.
Woo! Prepper 12.
Not great.
It got punched.
It got punched. You got knocked the.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.